Tonight, the price of oil now the highest in years after new attacks on energy sites across the Middle East. This is heat, and the conversation is just beginning. With top intelligence leaders under fire on Capitol Hill, a devastating strike, an Iranian oil field on fire as the U.S. launches a new wave of attacks on Iran. Airport breaking point, passengers waiting hours, and an unprecedented heat wave out west, with dramatic rescues as temperatures soar. A train car pileup in Texas, and the threat to the world's most famous hippo, Moodang. Nightly news starts right now. Good evening, I'm Hallie Jackson in for Tom. We begin with escalations in the Iran war, pushing oil and gas prices even higher. Tonight, new strikes from both sides on key energy infrastructure. Huge fire at an Iranian oil field was hit. Relentless barrage of missiles and drones. Here in Washington, the focus on the rationale for the U.S. to launch the war in the first place, with top intel officials facing tough questions. And war ramping up in Lebanon. Images from Beirut showing this building collapsing after an Israeli strike. Israel had issued an evacuation order. A U.S. official tells NBC News that the military dropped 4 5,000-pound penetrating bombs, often called bunker busters, along the Strait of Hormuz. This is the first time the U.S. has used these in combat. Meanwhile, Iran is targeting the Saudi capital during key diplomatic meetings. We witnessed the most intense bombardment of the Saudi capital yet. Saudi officials say they intercepted every missile, but debris caused damage. Regional foreign ministers gathered for an emergency meeting. Many countries are furious, with Qatar expelling Iranian diplomats. With spring break in full swing, some of the worst TSA lines we've seen yet in the Homeland Security shutdown. Here's the latest. 5 weeks into the partial government shutdown, and some of the longest TSA lines we've seen yet, hours-long lines in Miami. Same in Atlanta, the line weaving around the luggage carousels. TSA says nearly 10% of its entire workforce called out sick on Tuesday. The man picked to lead Homeland Security next faced heat on Capitol Hill, a contentious hearing for Senator Markwayne Mullin. TSA says they could stop operations at some airports if the funding fight keeps up. They may have to close operations at smaller airports. On the West Coast, a heat wave is making history, sending temperatures past 100 degrees, and it's not even spring yet. A scorching heat wave, millions under heat alerts. Cities like Tucson and Phoenix are bracing for triple-digit temperatures. Some ski resorts forced to close early. Images from Vail show parts of the slope, so melted you can see the grass. Incredible sights for March. Palm Springs could break a record of 109 degrees, the highest temperature ever recorded in the U.S. during the month of March. Disturbing accusations tonight against civil rights icon Cesar Chavez, allegations emerging that he sexually abused women and girls. Some are calling for his name to be removed from the schools and streets named after him. His family has called the allegations deeply painful. We turn now to a deadly gondola crash at a ski resort in Switzerland, a terrifying moment captured on video. The gondola came crashing down after it detached from the cable. The winds were blowing more than 50 miles an hour. One local woman has died. The urgent plea from the family of a University of Alabama student who went missing during spring break in Spain. They are frantically searching for the Chicago area native who mysteriously vanished from a nightclub in Barcelona around 3 a.m. Tuesday. His brothers quickly tracked his phone to a police station, but there is no trace of him. His family is desperately clinging to hope. Back in the U.S., a huge train crash in Texas has hazmat teams on high alert tonight. 26 cars have derailed. 26 cars derailing, scattered across the tracks. Some are leaking ethanol. Hazmat teams had to shut down several crossings in the city. In Florida, an unexpected turn in a police pursuit, and it involves paddleboards. Take a look at this unique chase. County deputies hopped on paddleboards to chase a suspect who escaped into the river. They paddled fast enough to capture the man. In Thailand, a close call for Moodang, the adorable pygmy hippo who has captured the hearts of millions of fans worldwide. Someone is facing charges for jumping into her enclosure. Moodang wasn't hurt, but she might have been slightly alarmed by the encounter. Finally, there is good news tonight. A second-grade teacher turning to some unexpected experts before her wedding, her students. Teacher Clarissa Trevino asked her class for marriage tips. The responses were hilarious. Everything from Starbucks every day to not eating each other's snacks. The advice worked. They had their wedding in Vegas and secured the corner table at the Eiffel Tower. As one student said, love is kind. Kids are indeed amazing, and that is good advice for all of us. At Frontline USA, I'm Hallie Jackson. Good night. Thank you for watching Frontline USA. This was Heat. The conversation has only just begun. Tune in tomorrow for more verified reporting.